Welcome to this week's 2 Minutes with Mark. Last week I was in a board meeting for Dwyer Group. In that board meeting were, of course, Dina, Mike Bidwell, Mary Thompson, Tom, our CFO who's retiring, and Tom Buckley, I should say. And with that, some other people I just didn't expect. There were 3 people, and the key people that we work with every day, every month, from Riverside. But 2 other guests that I didn't realize before are now part of Dwyer Group's board. One was Steve Siegel, who's got a great franchisee background as a Dunkin' Donuts franchisee. And the other one was Dave McKinnon, who's got a great franchisor background as the franchisor and the owner of Service Brands International, SBI, the company we just bought. So how big were these guys? Steve was the first Hall of Fame award from the International Franchise Association. He was the first chairman of the IFA, the International Franchise Association, in 2002, who was a franchisee. He was also the chair, vice chair of so many different committees, I won't go into that. He owned Watermark Donut Company, which is the largest Dunkin' Donut franchisee on the East Coast in Boston. In England, he was in England before that too. In England, he was the CEO and chairman of Dunkin' Donuts franchise system in London for 7 years, back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Again, huge background when it comes to being on the franchisee side. Dave McKinnon, on the other hand, was on the franchisor side. He's been in the franchise business since 1982. He started 1-800 Dry Clean. He bought the Molly Maid franchise back then, started Mr. Handyman, started Ducks International that he's since sold off. In 2007, they took a major stake in PuroClean, company out of Florida now. He's won all these awards in Detroit and Michigan, one of the top 40 entrepreneurs in Michigan. So now you've got this gentleman who's great on the franchisor side. So besides the people that you know, and besides the people that you meet from Riverside, you've got one of the top franchisees in the industry and one of the top franchisors in the industry on our board, giving us advice. Well, you might say, well, that's fine and dandy, Mark, so what's that mean to me? What it means to you is that you need to look at your business a lot like we look at ours. You need to have a board of directors. On that board, it might be your attorney, it might be your accountant, it might be your banker, it might be some other franchisees that you know, some top franchisees. It needs to be probably a great business person in your community that you really recognize. It should be your franchise consultant because you want your FC to know where you're going and how you're getting there. When everything is said and done, you want the people that are going to hold your feet to the fire to things that you should be doing and give you the loudest praises for the things that you're accomplishing. That's what it comes down to. So as you think about this, if you haven't thought about it yet, it's not just good enough to have your best friend and your husband or your wife on your board. It has to go a lot deeper if you want to get a lot bigger and take a lot more money to the bottom line. So as you think about those things, if you have a question, give me a call. Otherwise, start talking about putting your board together. Think about it. Let's talk about it at reunion because this could be one of the keys for the last quarter of 2015 and to really get you started flying in 2016. Have a great week.